Good morning, guys. Welcome to our new video series named Quesday. You might be wondering why we're sitting on camping chairs on our dyno. Maybe you can explain.
Yeah, you guys had the chance to send us some questions over Instagram, Facebook, email, and we are trying to answer them now.
Exactly. And also, if you have a question which we didn't answer in this video, feel free to write us an email or post it in the comments of our social media channels, and we'll try to answer them in one of our next videos. So, let's start. How can it increase horsepower and MPG at the same time? And what's the difference between tuning and chip?
Well, it depends how you drive actually. If you use the torque you have after the tuning, like in low RPM situations, you can shift a little bit earlier, or you don't need to downshift to accelerate the same way. So that is how you can save some fuel, obviously. But of course, if you push the car now more than before, or driving into red line all the time, you're not going to save fuel. It could be that you need a little bit more fuel than before if you push the car all the time, because you have more power, and the power have to come from somewhere, right?
Absolutely. And this is exactly what you said. For example, you're driving like in a city with 50 kilometers per hour, and you did this in a third gear before, because else your car wouldn't take the throttle response because the RPM is too low. But if you now have increased power and especially increased torque, there will be enough engine power to do the same in the fourth gear, and this is what actually saves fuel.
Absolutely right, yeah.
Okay, and what's the difference between tuning and chip?
Both is tuning actually.
Absolutely.
Tune and chip, to tune the car you can do that with the tuning chip or with an OBD tune. It always depends how you name the different tuning styles.
Absolutely.
But tuning is basically everything. Doesn't matter if you do it via ECU tuning or piggyback or tuning box.
Yeah, and the difference, maybe that's what the question is about. If you have a OBD tuning, basically you override the ECU of your car. And if you have a tuning with a chip, you basically take the values from the different sensors. That depends on the car, which sensors you read. And you modify them so that the original ECU of the car adapts the power level.
Yeah, and if you go back like 15 years back, chip tuning was actually to remove the the microcontroller out of the ECU and change that. That was chip tuning, but chip tuning is right now, I would say, a word for basically everything.
Yeah, basically chip tuning is the new word for increasing the performance of your car, no matter how you do it. How did you start your company?
So actually the company was founded in 2007 with 4 people in the beginning and in a really, really small office. And actually everybody did everything, so there was no different departments. It was kind of crazy, but it was kind of successful. And so we got more and more people into it, and right now we are around 100 employees at RaceChip in all different departments. And we just opened up an office in Shanghai a couple of years ago, and 1 year ago in the US in California, actually. Asking again regarding timing to get a response from your support team, and what is the process of reprogramming a RaceChip?
Okay, so starting with the customer support. First of all, if you had to wait longer than normal for an answer, we're sorry. The thing is, we have, I think, more than 15 people in our technical customer support and in our sales customer support to make sure all of you guys get an answer. However, especially in spring, when a lot of people order their chip for their car, because you know how it works, you have your car in the garage in winter, and then the first sun comes out, and a lot of people think about modifying their car again, which is something we definitely notice. So it can happen that at certain times you have to wait longer than expected. But we always try to stock up our team numbers to make sure this doesn't happen in the future. It shouldn't happen too often, but of course, we're sorry if you had to wait a little longer. I hope you got your answer in the meantime. In terms of reprogramming, the process basically depends on the car you're switching to. Yeah. So as far as I think, you might interrupt me if I'm wrong, there are cars for which you basically can keep your hardware, so your cable harness and your chip, and you only need a new software, which can be done via the app, for example, so you don't even have to send the product back to us. There are other cars for which you might have to switch the complete hardware, right?
Right. And if you are in the US, just get in contact with the US guys. If you are in China, you can ask the China office. But basically, it is what you said.
Depends on the car.
Depends on the car. Just drop an email and you will get a reply soon.
Yeah. What about the future? For example, hybrid cars will be more mainstream than now. How do you guys will anticipate this?
Well, we are working currently or developing currently on hybrid cars as well. But of course, we have to do long-term testing to see if everything works like it should be. We don't have any issues with the hybrid system or with the electronic and brain behind the hybrid system. So we have to do long-term testing to confirm everything works 100%. I'm pretty sure there will be products for hybrid engines pretty soon. But of course, the hybrid engines have to be charged or like supercharged or turbocharged.
Of course. Basically, the main engine, the gas engine, has to be with the turbocharger, so we can optimize it.
When the RaceChip will be available for the BMW M2 competition?
Actually, in the meantime, it is available. It's in our shop. We posted a link in the description, so you can find it quickly. And also, it's available including TÜV certification. Will there be a RaceChip coming out for the VW Golf 7.5 1.5 TSI R-Line?
Of course, there will be a chip available, but we are currently in development. We actually bought a 1.5 TFSI to develop the product for on our Seat Ibiza.
Yeah.
Actually, the signals are quite challenging on the 1.5 TSI without giving too much information for someone else. But the signals are quite tricky, so it took us some time to get the tune done, that everything works perfectly. And the final product will be available end of April, beginning of May. But what I can say so far, the product is working really, really good on our 1.5 TSI. Power gain is really, really strong. We are at around 190 horsepower currently, so it really transformed the car and it feels awesome. In my 2015 167 horsepower 500 Abarth has any problem running in map 6 using 102 octane fuel?
And no, shouldn't actually be any problem. We had the 1.4 liter above engine several times for development here at our headquarters in Germany, and it's quite a good engine and it's running quite good with our product. However, for the 1.4, it's really important to do the service intervals and oil changes as recommended from the OEM. And also, please make sure to use the correct oil, because the engine can be quite picky if you use the wrong oil.
Yeah, and spark plugs really important. Change your spark plugs according to Abarth.
Awesome. But if you take care of that, it should run just perfect in map 6.
When will be the RaceChip for the BMW 3 Series 30e?
Yeah, actually the 30e is a hybrid engine, and we're currently doing a lot of development and testing with hybrid engines. And so far the results are quite good, but of course we need to run long-term tests before we offer you the final product. And so stay tuned, but I think there will definitely be a release this year.
Definitely. I'm looking to buy a 2007 Opel Astra 1.6. Do you guys do anything for it?
Actually, for the 2007 Astra, there were as well 1.6 naturally aspirated engines as well as turbo engines. So you would have to tell us how much horsepower it has and how big the capacity of the engine is. Because if we don't know that, we don't know if it's a naturally aspirated engine for which we don't offer a product, or if it's a turbo engine for which we offer a product. I saw a chip for the new Honda Civic. Why do you have different 1.5 liter engines?
Because the CC is different for different markets for Honda 1.5 turbos. So US and Europe have different cubic actually. That's a simple answer. Can I use RaceChip with a reprogrammed car? I guess OBD or ECU tuning.
So easy answer. We don't recommend that. Yeah. It's quite logical, because your car is reprogrammed by another tuner, and hopefully he thought about what he was doing. So basically he thought about how much performance can I get out of the car before it gets dangerous for the car, at least if you went to someone who knows what he's doing. If you now stack our product on top, you basically double this, and we don't know what the other tuner did. He doesn't know what we are doing. Yeah. So it's just dangerous and not a good idea to stack two tunings up on another. It's just not a good idea. So don't do it. There are, however, exceptions, because basically, for example, for certain BMW models, I think you get the performance options, which is a slightly higher output, and they advertise it as factory tune. Right. But basically, it's just a slightly stronger variant of the same engine.
Yeah, so we're talking about 20 to 25 more horsepower.
Exactly.
So that is not an issue in combination with the BMW M Performance package, as example.
Yeah.
But in really strong OBD or ECU tune, I would not recommend to stack both products, or I would not do it.
Yeah, absolutely not. Okay guys, so this was it for our first episode of Tuesday. If you want to know anything else which we didn't answer in this episode, as we said before, feel free to post it in the comments of this video and we'll try to answer your question in one of the next videos. Also, of course, if you want to see additional videos of development of our show cars or development cars, subscribe to our channel. And of course, if you liked the video, leave us a like, leave us a thumbs up, and see you in the next episode. Morning guys, welcome to our new
Welcome to our new video series.
Good morning guys, welcome to our new video series, which is called Tuesday. Ja, das ist nicht in dieses Muster verfallen, das Frosch im Hals.
Okay. Buttercup.